I want to say good evening. I'm gonna say good evening because it is like one something. It's about like one something. So we're gonna go ahead and say good evening. It's not the good afternoon, but we want to talk about gossiping people. We want to talk about people that gospel all day. We're gonna speak on people that gospel all day. So that's what we're gonna be speaking about. So number one, don't be out there talking to people or having conversation about whatever you got going on or whatever you're doing for real. Because 9 out of 10 is not really their business about what you got going on or whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk to people about different type of things, they don't do nothing but trigger the conversation out to the point where they gonna go back and gossip about you. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you sitting there talking to a person about, best believe they gossiping behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. They gossiping people for real. So if they gossiping about this person or gossiping about this person, and if you around this person, if you just happen to be around this person or just sit in the car just to be around this person or whatever to the point, and they talking about somebody else that you probably don't know, so you got to sit back and just really capitalize off what they talking about. I mean, capitalize off what they doing because you got to also think too for real. If they doing that to this person, that a person they talking about a person that you don't even know for real, don't you think they doing the same thing behind your back? They doing you the same way. You get what I'm saying? Like you actually can be sitting right there having a conversation with a person or just can be anywhere having a conversation with a person. You get what I'm saying? And the whole time they having a conversation about that person or whoever they talking about, best believe they doing you the same way. Just like when you get up, get out their presence or get up or get out the car or walk away from their presence, they gonna go back to whoever they gonna go back to and they gonna be talking about you. They gonna be talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's really dangerous to be hanging around people that gospel all day. These people don't have no life. These people don't have no goals. These people don't have nothing going on with themselves. Only thing they know how to do is gospel. And when they gospel for real, you get what I'm saying? They don't do nothing but trigger different type of situations on you. You get what I'm saying? So you just gotta be, you just really for real, man. Yo, whatever you got going on, man. The main person that you should be dropping on your knees talking to is the Lord. That's the main person that you should be sharing your conversation with and having a full conversation with about your life, the Lord, because He the one provide. He the one to come through for your blessings. You know, the Lord help you with that. Lord help you do everything. You know what I mean? He help you. He come through with the things. So by you sitting out there talking to a person about your problem, this person can't help you about your problem. Only thing this person gonna do is go behind your back and talk about you. You get what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, if you got any type of problem in this world that you're going through, whatever you're going through, financials, mental problems, or whatever you're going through in life, make sure you go in the house or wherever you at. It ain't got to be in the house. It can just be out about anywhere or whatever. Just but make sure you rolling solo and you just make sure you just drop on your knees and just pray, man. You just pray for that. You get what I'm saying? You just pray for real because it's like it's to the point though, like the person you having a conversation with, they ain't gonna do nothing but go back and talk behind your back. See, when you having a conversation with God about what you're going through, He gonna give you strength, He gonna uplift you, and He gonna tell you which way to go. He gonna give you the signal. You get what I'm saying? God ain't gonna sit back. God up there, God ain't gonna sit up there and talk behind your back and say all this crazy stuff about you and say this for real. God not gonna do none of that. God is a loving God of our Creator, as our God. He ain't gonna do nothing but God ain't gonna do nothing but lead you and guide you in the right way. That's what God gonna do. That's our God, our loving God. So that's why I say, whatever problems you going through, either it's a friend, cousin, don't go back to none of them and tell them about nothing you going through. You go down and drop them knees and you talk to the Lord. That's gonna be the Lord gonna give you strength and get you out of what you're going through. Any other individual, don't go waste your time talking to nobody in 2025 about whatever you going through, what problems you going through. You keep that to yourself. You keep your mouth zipped, and wherever you go, you make sure you get on your knees and you go ahead and take that up with the Lord. Take that up with the Lord. You don't need to be taking it up with no fake people around in your business, fake demonic demon peoples that really don't care about you, don't care about your problems, what you going through for real. And that's why I say for real, you got to be easy. The people that you subtract, the people that you hold conversation with. In 2025, we not holding conversations with nobody. Our conversation goes straight to the Lord. Whatever problems you going through, whatever type of problems or situation in life or problems you're going through for real, you go home and you drop them knees and you go ahead and take that up with the Lord, brothers or sisters, or whatever you got going on. So don't go back and talking to a person about your business, because it ain't gonna do nothing but spread and spread and spread. Or like you wondering how these other people that you don't know knowing your business, because the person you was talking to, that's all they do is gospel. You get what I'm saying? They gospel all day, no life, no life, no goals in life, no bishop, no none of that. That's what these people do all day. That's what these people do all day. And I'm gonna tell you something for real. For those who curse the chosen ones, like if you're a gospel person, if you sitting back running your mouth and talking all day, blah blah blah, talking all day, God will curse you for that. He will curse you for that. Real deal. Because you sit back and you run your mouth and you speaking on the chosen one, or you talking about you just speaking on like I hate that person, or this person is blase, or this person, this and that. God gonna curse you for that. God gonna curse you for that. You gonna get held accountable for that. You really did, for real. For those who sit back and just speaking on gospel and speaking on this and that for real, God gonna punish you for that. You will get held accountable for that, because that's all you do is gospel for real. You don't have no life. You don't have no goals. You don't have no ambitions in life. You don't have you don't believe in God. It's just like you got her all over the place for real. And I'm gonna tell you something for real. For those who sit back and gospel about other people, and talk about other people, and you just the same way, just like a person that sit back, right, and judge somebody about what they doing, and you doing the same thing. Come on, man, how can you sit back and judge somebody and you doing the same thing for real? God gonna curse you for that. Yeah, that's God will curse you for that. You can't sit back and talk about somebody else and you doing the same thing for real. God will put a curse on you for that. What make you better than this person for real? You doing the same thing. You shouldn't be judging anyway for real. That's for God jobs to do. God judge, not you. You get what I'm saying? So you sitting back talking about people and you doing that, you ain't gonna have no luck. You ain't gonna have no blessings. Won't nothing come to you in your lifetime. Real deal. That's why you shouldn't gospel. You shouldn't steal. You shouldn't talk about people. You shouldn't be running off at the mouth. You shouldn't be doing none of that type of stuff, but focus on the Lord. You get what I'm saying? And that's for those who sit around and gospel all day. That's why nothing ain't came to them good now. You get what I'm saying? Because that's why they do. They gospel. They gospel. They are part of a demonic spirit. You get what I'm saying? That's how they do. They go back and forth. They gospel. And that's why nothing good in your life never came to you for real. That's why God never. That's why, like, when you talk to God, that's why, like, certain things, when you feel like, well, things ain't going right in my life, things ain't going this, because that's all you do is sit back and gospel. And you think God sitting up here and not really paying attention to what you sitting down here doing, gospeling about his chosen ones and gospeling about people. Oh, you about to get held accountable for that. And you see why your life ain't moving in the right direction for it, because that's what you do. And when you pray, he ain't answering your prayers. He ain't answering that. He not answering your prayers. I mean, we have a loving God, but for you to sit back and just treat people a different type of way, and that's all you do is gospel about people every day, all day, all day, all day. That's all you do for real. Ain't nothing gonna come to you good in life, real deal. And you think God ain't sitting back up there watching that? God see everything. For people to be down here and thinking they doing something and thinking they getting away with something, you're not getting away with nothing. Because God got his eyes on you. He see everything you do. He watching everything you do. He watching. You get what I'm saying? So for those who out here doing something and thinking they getting away with stuff and thinking they gospeling and talking to people crazy for real, all that, you're going to get held accountable for all that for real. It might not come today, it might not come tomorrow for real, but it's going to be something that's going to hit you for real. It's going to be something in your life that God going to hold you accountable for. It's going to be something. I don't know what it might be for real. It might, you might go outside or whatever, and you might go outside or whatever and lock your keys in the car, or you might be in a bad accident, or anything can just happen for real. You get what I'm saying? That because you sitting around all day talking about people and gossiping about people, and you thinking God ain't sitting up there and saying that. You think he ain't watching from heaven? You think he ain't saying that? Yeah, he gonna curse you for that. And that's why I say that go for people that always when you doing dirt You doing dirt and you out here doing demon evil stuff, nothing will good never come to your life like that. Never. And that's on real. That's on everything. That's why I say, man, get to 2025, man. Get these fake people up out of your life. Don't even be dealing with people. The main one you should be dealing with and talking to is the Lord. That's the main one you should be holding conversation with about what any type of problem you got going on in your life, or you need the Lord, you need to pray. That's the one you need to pray to. I'm not finna sit back and talk to nobody. It's just like you talking to a person or whatever, and you go come to a person or whatever, and you be like, "What's up, man?" Or you talking to a lady friend or a sister or a brother friend, and you be like, "What's up, man? What's going on, man? What's going on? Like, why you looking like that?" People say that type of stuff for real because they want to know your business. They don't want they want to know your business. They want to know what's going on for real. And you come up to them like, man, such and such just happened, man. They just cut this off, or they cut my such and such off for real. That's gonna be the talk of the day. That's gonna be the talk of the day for real. Whoever you delivering that conversation, whoever you delivering that message to, yeah, that's gonna be the talk of the day for real. That's why I say, man, it paid not to talk to people and let people in your business. You get what I'm saying? No, never talk to a person and never let nobody in your business about what you got going on. You talk to the Lord. And that's about it for real. You don't talk to nobody about nothing in your life that you got going on or your business or none of that. It ain't for them to know. You don't owe them no explanation. You don't owe them nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, for real, only thing they gonna do is go back and talk behind your back. That's the only thing they gonna do. You get what I'm saying? And God say God don't like people like that. That's why you will get held accountable for that. And that's why you're in the situation where you at now for real, because that's how you do in your life is gospel and gospel and gospel for real. People like that don't never get nowhere in life. Real deal. And that's on everything, you know. That's on everything for real. That's why I say 2025, focus on you and God. Focus on you and God. I don't need to be focused on no individual. I don't need to be making no friends with nobody. I don't need to be talking to nobody. I don't need to be having conversations with you. It don't matter. I can know you. I can know you, or I don't have to know you. I still don't want no conversation with you. I don't want to like nothing with you though. Like, you know what I mean? You just gotta really stay focused, man, and just stay focused on God. Cause you gotta think for real. These people don't do nothing for you. So who is me to go back and talk to you about my problems? What can you do for me? You don't do nothing for me. Only thing you gonna go back to a person and gospel about you and say this for real. You don't do nothing for me because all my help come from the Lord. All my help come from the Lord. So what I look like sitting back going to you, talking to you about my problems, and you gonna go back and talk to one of your friends about what I'm talking to you about, and it's gonna be everywhere for real. And that's why I say you gotta watch who you talk to, you gotta watch who you hold conversation with nowadays for real. You shouldn't be holding conversations with nobody for real. If it ain't the Lord, that's it. Cut everybody off. You don't need to be holding conversations with nobody out here for real. Believe in God, trust in the Lord, and move forward and move with the Lord. You get what I'm saying? Real deal. And cut everything off. If you don't do that, put it in your prayers and ask God remove them from your life. Real deal, man. You ain't got time for me. You ain't got time. You ain't got time to be playing with nobody out here. Real deal, you don't. Your main concern is to fulfill your duty and stay focused on God and move forward. That's the only thing you need to be. That's the only thing you need to be doing right now. Because everything else I heard is irrelevant. It don't mean nothing. It's cool, man. You know what? You know what's kind of crazy I heard now? The world is like way kind of crazy. The world is crazy like to the point where people don't even want a relationship no more. People don't even want a relationship. Their relationship is with the Most High, with God. Real deal. And I'm going to tell y'all something. And then you got to understand too, for real. I was just reading this little speech about an hour ago. And you really I know, and like I say, I understand and I fully understand. You know, like when you on the right stove, people not really gonna. That's why I say people not gonna really support you like the way they supposed to support you, because you got to think. they still they still lost. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they stuck in themselves to the point where they try to figure out like, dang, why is this? Why is this? Why is this? Why is this for real? Because they don't have no hope in themselves. And they have low security esteem for themselves. You get what I'm saying? So that's really why, when people come on these social medias like that, when you speaking nothing but the truth, that because people haven't found the truth in themselves, they still lost. You get what I'm saying? So when you on here and you speaking righteousness and you speaking nothing but the truth, that just let you know for real, people lost and people they don't have no rhythm in themselves. They lost in themselves. You get what I'm saying? And it's like to the point when they see another person succeeding or moving forward, it's like you don't get the support like you're supposed to get because they still hurting in themselves. They still lost. They still lost and they still in the dark. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, and I really had to understand this for real. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say, it is what it is. And it is what it is. And I fully understand it for what it is. You get what I'm saying? So only thing we got to do is continue to keep going and fulfilling our duty, what God called us to do. You get what I'm saying? We not on her worrying about, we not on her worrying about um what likes or and all that other type of stuff for real. 'Cause like you just say, when you on here, when you doing the work of God, and when you speaking the truth of God, then you gotta think people still lost. People really haven't found their rhythm yet. You get what I'm saying? So they still lost. They haven't found their rhythm yet. They don't know they self. You know what I mean? They still finding they self. They don't want to repent and get a self to the Lord. And just, you know what I mean? So it's like to the point where I had to understand it to the point. And like I was like, Dad, why is this such and such, such and such? And one of my true partners, one of my good partners of my spiritual brother, my good brother, spiritual good brother for real. Nothing but bars, and he a good brother for real. And we had a little God talk. We was having to talk about the Lord and just having to talk about the world. You know what I mean? And he told me that, and they could really catch me for real. I was like, Dad, you know what? You right too, man. You absolutely right for real. And he was like, when people don't support you and hit the like button and and support the work that you do, he told me like they still lost. They still haven't found their rhythm for real. They've been lost for so many years. They hurt. They injured inside. So when they see you speaking and doing the work of God, it's like the demon inside of them. It's like the demon inside of them that they fighting. It's like they don't like that light to what you bring, and you get what I'm saying, because they still lost in the inside. They broken. They you know they need the Lord. They need the Lord. They need to repent. They need to find themselves with the Lord. They still lost. So you got to find yourself with the Lord. You get what I'm saying? You got to break certain situations. You got to get away from people. You got to get away from people. You got to start focusing on the Lord. You gotta want to change yourself. And it's like to the point you get mad at other people for changing their life and doing what they supposed to do, but you ain't willing to change. You willing to still be stuck in the dark and still do the same thing. Miss me with that. Go on somewhere with that. We ain't trying to hear none of that for real. Because I feel like just like Jesus. Jesus was a perfect person. Jesus didn't walk with no crowd. Jesus didn't have a lot of crowd hanging around him. He didn't. Jesus probably had about 3 or 4 people with him, was righteous people that he wanted in his circle. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't to the point you hanging with everybody and walking with everybody, because everybody don't have the same value and share the same value, and everybody don't have the same mindset that you got, and everybody ain't going where you going. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta leave people behind. You get what I'm saying? Because you gotta think, when you was playing me, dissing me for real, you really wasn't, tripping about it. So sometimes when God put you in that situation, when it's about that time, it's about that time. You got to keep it moving. You got to stay peace. Sometimes you got to leave people behind. Keep it moving, because these are people that didn't want to change for the better. So when God tell you that time, it's that time. I'm not finna sit back and take nobody with me. I ain't taking nobody with me. Real deal, man. I'm not taking nobody with me, because the same person was behind, the same person that was playing you, treating you, doing you all this and like that for real. They wasn't thinking about that when that time was, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? They wasn't thinking about that time when you was treating me, treat me the way that you was treating me or whatever. So with that being said, man, brothers and sisters, sometimes you just gotta walk solo. You gotta walk solo with the Lord. You got to, because that's what the type of world we living in right now. You know what I mean? You can't trust a seed. You can't trust a seed. You know, like, I don't really like having conversations with people. You know what I mean? I'm just that type of a person that I don't really like just having. I don't really like speaking for real. I really don't like having conversations with people. You know, the main one I have a conversation with every day is the Lord. That's the one I love having a conversation with, because I can speak to him all day, every day. You know, he ain't gonna hate on me. He ain't gonna feel no type of way towards me. He ain't gonna backdoor me. He ain't gonna do none of that. He gonna support me all the way on out. He gonna support me all the way on out for real. So that's the guy that you need to be talking to, the Most High, the Lord, Jesus Christ. That's who you should be spending your relationship with. That's who you should be spending your time with every day. All these other individuals out here, nah, because they gonna be your downfaller. They gonna be your downfaller for real. I'm not finna go to near individual and talk to nobody about what problems you got going on. The man the person you need to be talking to about your problems is the Lord of Jesus Christ. That's who you should be talking to about anything you going down. All these individual person out here is irrelevant. I don't got time for you. I ain't got time to hold no conversation with you. I ain't got time to do none of that with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. Real deal. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to do none of that with you. We ain't hanging out with nobody. We ain't conversating with nobody. We not hanging out with nobody. We not going to no clubs. We not doing no bars. We not doing none of that, but focus on God. That's what we doing. And like I say, for real, that's why I say, man, don't blame us for the work that we do. You get what I'm saying? Blame yourself. Don't blame us, because we ain't doing nothing but trying to bring the light to the dark, trying to bring the truth to the world. You get what I'm saying? Don't be mad at us for real. Fix your problem. Get you together for real, because we ain't done nothing to you but try to be real and get the truth and all that other type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? For real. So you got people that be up here, I don't know, man. People just miserable, man. People miserable and all type of stuff. And they try to take their problems out on you like you got something to do with those problems. Now you handle your own problems. I ain't got nothing to do with none of you got going on for real. Get right with God. Get yourself together. Get right with God, because it ain't my fault. Whatever you're going through for real. Pray and get right with God and heal yourself and get together and let God heal you for real. All they coming on here and taking that out on somebody else, taking somebody else's problems out on your problem because whatever you going through, you think it's our problems. No, it's your problem. Fix your own problem, because we ain't got nothing to do with none of you going on. You should have thought about that 30, 40 years ago, getting your life straight, getting yourself right with God. Now you're miserable. You're in the dark. You're in sin. You're living in sin. All that type of stuff. And you want to take your problems out on somebody else. Like your problems is their problems. My problems is not your problems. Get right with the Lord and let God handle your problems. Real deal. And that's what really be killing me for real. You got people to come on this live stream, come on this social media because of what they going through in their household, whatever you going through. We come on here to do the job. We ain't got nothing to do with what you going on. Your life is your life. Whatever you got going on, fix it with God. Get right with God. Our job is to come on here, deliver for God, and do the work of God. So whatever you got going on in your life, you need to fix that up with you and the Lord. Real deal. Because what you got going on is not a part of our problem. Real deal. So I'm finna go ahead and end this video. God bless you. We love you, and hope you get right in Jesus Christ and get yourself together, because whatever you're going through, whatever spells, whatever you're going through to the point, that's not our problems. That's your problems. You need to take that up with the Lord and heal yourself and stop living in sin and want to change for the better. Want to change. You get what I'm saying? You should be able to want to change. That's what you should be able to want to do. You get what I'm saying? So all that coming on here and talking to YouTube content creators crazy, whatever, for real, that's not our problem. You in the situation you in for real. Get yourself right. Take it up with God. And God bless you and have a blessed day. And we love you. If this video resonated in your spirit, be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment. If it don't, keep moving forward. In the name of Jesus, we pray. And God bless.